Your comeback is not for them. It's for you when you step into the gym, when you lace up your shoes for that run, when you push through one more rep, one more set. Remember this. Your comeback isn't about proving anybody wrong. It's not about the people who doubted you. It's not about the ones who laughed when you failed or whispered when you quit. This comeback is personal. It's for you. Too often, we live our lives trying to silence other people's voices. We think, I'll show them, I'll prove them wrong. But here's the truth. The loudest voice you will ever face is the one inside your own head. The critics outside don't matter as much as the critic within. The comeback that will transform your body and your life will never come from anger at someone else. It will come from love for yourself. Think about why you started, not for validation, not for likes on social media, not for someone else's applause. You started because deep down you knew you were capable of more. You started because the body you had didn't match the vision you carried. You started because you wanted strength, confidence, and health. That's why this comeback is personal. Every drop of sweat is an agreement with yourself. Every sore muscle is a reminder that you kept a promise to your body. Every time you wake up when the alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze, you're telling yourself, I matter enough to fight for me. And when you finally hit that PR, when you look in the mirror and see the results, when you feel the energy flowing through you, it won't be because you silenced the doubters. It'll be because you honored yourself. Let's get real. Nobody cares more about your progress than you. Nobody's going to drag you out of bed. Nobody's going to carry you through the sets. Nobody's going to sweat for you. This is your fight. This is your climb. And the moment you take ownership of that truth is the moment you stop relying on outside approval and start pulling strength from the inside. Your comeback doesn't need an audience. The gym doesn't applaud you. The weights don't care who you are. The treadmill doesn't ask about your past. All it does is test you. And every single time it asks, are you here for you or are you here for them? If you are here for them, you'll quit when nobody's watching. If you are here for you, you'll keep going because you know your future self is counting on today's effort. And here's the thing, when you make your comeback personal, you unlock a level of fire that can't be touched. Doubt can't stop you, failure can't break you, distractions can't derail you, because it's not about them anymore, it's about your promise to yourself. It's about standing in front of the mirror and knowing you didn't give up. It's about looking back one day and saying, I built this, I earned this, I fought for this. So the next time you think about giving up, stop asking yourself, what will they say if I quit? Instead, ask, what will I say to myself if I quit? That answer will cut deeper than any critic ever could. That answer will push you to rise. This is your comeback season. It doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter how many times you fell, quit, or failed. What matters is what you decide now. And when you decide to rise, to fight, to sweat, to grind, not for them but for you, that's when you unlock the real comeback. Your comeback is not a show, it's a statement. A statement to yourself that says, I am not done. I will not be defeated. I will rise again. This time, it's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Sweat is your signature when you walk into the gym, when you step on that treadmill, when you grab those weights. There's one thing you leave behind every single time: sweat. And that sweat is not just liquid leaving your body. No, that sweat is your signature. It's proof you showed up. It's proof you fought. It's proof you didn't quit. Think about it. Every rep, every push-up, every sprint, every heavy lift. It writes your story in sweat. You don't need to tell people you worked hard, because your drenched shirt will speak for itself. You don't need to explain your grind, because your calloused hands will reveal it. Sweat is silent proof. It doesn't lie, it doesn't cheat, it doesn't exaggerate. Sweat is honest. Some people talk about what they want. They say, I want abs, I want strength, I want to be in shape. But talk won't build muscle. Words won't burn fat. Wishes won't give you endurance. Only sweat does that. Sweat is the currency of transformation. You can't buy your dream body with excuses, but you can pay for it with sweat. Now here's the thing, sweat is not glamorous. It's not pretty, it burns, it stings, it makes you uncomfortable, but isn't that the point? Growth is supposed to be uncomfortable. Change is supposed to push you. If it didn't, everyone would be fit. Everyone would be strong. Everyone would look like their best self. But the reason they don't is because they're not willing to pay the price that sweat demands. You see, sweat is a receipt. Every drop is proof of the investment you've made in yourself. At the end of a session, when your shirt is soaked, when your face is dripping, when your body feels like it has nothing left, look in the mirror. That's your signature. That's your autograph on the contract you signed with yourself. That's proof you didn't quit halfway, and the beautiful part, sweat compounds. Every workout adds up. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week becomes a month becomes 6 months, 6 months becomes a year. And over time, that sweat builds a body, a mindset, and a life that you can be proud of. But here's the warning. If you're afraid to sweat, you're afraid to grow. If you want shortcuts, if you want easy paths, if you want results without effort, you're fooling yourself. Sweat is not optional, it's necessary. If you're not sweating, you're not pushing. If you're not sweating, you're not growing. If you're not sweating, you're not serious. So I ask you, are you willing to sign your name every day? Are you willing to sweat when nobody's watching? Are you willing to put in the work even when the results aren't immediate? Because sweat doesn't reward the impatient. It rewards the consistent, the ones who show up day after day, session after session. Think about athletes. Think about champions. Their greatness isn't built on talent alone. It's built on hours of practice, drenched in sweat. They sweat more in training than they bleed in battle. And that's why when the moment comes, they're ready. Their bodies respond, their minds are sharp, their endurance carries them through. Why? Because they paid the price in sweat long before the spotlight ever hit them. You don't need to be a professional athlete to live that truth. You can be someone trying to lose weight, someone trying to get stronger, someone trying to rebuild their health. It doesn't matter. The law is the same. No sweat, no progress. So, the next time sweat drips down your face, don't wipe it in frustration. Smile, because that's your proof. That's your signature. That's the mark of someone who showed up when others didn't. That's the mark of someone who decided their dream was worth the grind. Never forget this. Sweat is your body's way of saying, I'm working, I'm changing, I'm becoming stronger. Every drop is progress. Every drop is a step closer. Every drop is your autograph on the masterpiece you're building, yourself. So keep sweating, keep grinding, keep signing your name. Because one day, when you look in the mirror, you'll see a body and a life carved by sweat, and you'll know it was worth it. Pain is temporary. Pride is forever when you step into the gym, when you lace up your shoes for a run, when you pick up that barbell. You're not just facing weights. Facing pain, the burn in your muscles, the ache in your lungs, the soreness that follows you the next day. That's pain. And let me tell you something straight. Pain is temporary, but the pride you'll feel when you refuse to quit, that will last forever. Most people run from pain. They see struggle and they retreat. They feel discomfort and they stop. But champions understand that pain is not punishment. It's a signal. It's a sign that you're growing. It's your body telling you, I'm getting stronger. I'm becoming more. Think about it. That burning sensation when you're on your last set, when your arms feel like they can't push one more rep. That's not weakness. That's progress. That's muscle fibers breaking so they can rebuild stronger. That's your endurance stretching so it can carry you further. If you stop at the first sign of pain, you're robbing yourself of the growth waiting on the other side. But here's the truth. Pain doesn't last. It feels eternal when you're in it, but it passes. The soreness fades, the burn cools, the exhaustion lifts, and what's left behind? Pride. The pride that you didn't give up when it hurt. The pride that you pushed past your limit. The pride that you kept going when your mind screamed quit. Pride outlives pain. You may not remember every single workout, but you'll remember the moments you didn't give in. You'll remember the days you pushed through the storm. You'll remember the transformation, not the temporary discomfort, and that pride, it stays with you. It carries into every part of your life. It builds confidence. It builds resilience. It builds the kind of character that doesn't fold when things get hard. Pain asks you a question. How bad do you want it? Do you want the body? Do you want the strength? Do you want the energy, the health, the confidence? Pain wants to know, and every time you push through, every time you grind, every time you sweat through the discomfort, you answer. You declare that your goals are worth it. Listen, no one escapes pain. Whether you train or whether you do nothing, life will bring you pain. The difference is simple. When you choose the pain of discipline, you earn the pride of growth. When you choose the pain of laziness, you live with the pain of regret. And regret is a pain that doesn't fade. That's why you have to choose wisely. You can endure 45 minutes of pain in the gym today and gain pride for years. Or you can avoid that pain and carry regret every time you look in the mirror, every time you feel your energy drop, every time you wish you had stayed consistent. Think about soldiers. Think about athletes. Think about anyone who has achieved greatness. None of them avoided pain. They faced it. They embraced it. They knew it was temporary. They understood that pain was the price and pride was the reward. And here's the beautiful thing. The more pain you endure, the more pride you build. When you finish that brutal workout, when you collapse on the floor drenched in sweat, when you wake up sore but still show up the next day, that pride compounds. It grows. It becomes part of who you are. So, the next time pain shows up, and it will, don't run from it. Don't quit. Smile at it. Welcome it. Because that pain is proof that you're in the process of becoming something greater. That pain is the bridge between who you are now and who you're about to be. Never forget this. Pain is temporary. It will pass. But the pride you earn from overcoming it will live inside you forever. And every time you face a new challenge, every time life throws another obstacle, that pride will whisper to you, you've been here before, you can do this again. So, embrace the pain, push through it, and build a pride that nothing and no one can ever take away. Discipline is greater than motivation. Let's get something straight. Motivation will not always be there. You won't always wake up feeling inspired. You won't always feel like working out. You won't always feel like meal prepping. You won't always feel like putting in the work. And that's where most people lose. They wait for motivation. They wait for the right feeling. But champions don't wait. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Motivation is a spark. It gets you started. But discipline, that's the engine. That's what keeps you moving when the fire dies down. Discipline doesn't ask, do I feel like it today? Discipline says, it doesn't matter how I feel. I do it anyway. When you rely on motivation, you're at the mercy of your emotions. And emotions are unreliable. Some mornings you'll feel strong. Other mornings you'll feel tired. Some days you'll want to crush the gym. Other days you'll want to hide under the covers. If you only move when you feel like it, you'll never build consistency. And consistency is the foundation of transformation. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up regardless. Discipline doesn't care about your mood. Discipline doesn't care about the weather. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining, snowing, or blazing hot. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired or if it's inconvenient. Discipline is about commitment. It's about saying, I made a promise to myself and I'm going to keep it. Think about the greatest athletes, the fittest bodies, the strongest warriors. They're not always motivated, but they are always disciplined. They have trained their minds to follow through no matter what. They've conditioned themselves to understand that action comes first and feelings follow later. That's the secret. You don't wait for motivation. You create it through action. The moment you start moving, the moment you take that first step, the moment you pick up that weight or hit that treadmill, your body follows, and eventually your emotions catch up. But if you wait around for motivation to strike, you'll waste time. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it feels hard. You'll resist. You'll want to quit. But every time you choose discipline over comfort, you grow stronger. And soon, what once felt impossible becomes automatic. That's when you've rewired yourself for greatness. Let me make it simple. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is permanent. Motivation fades. Discipline compounds. Motivation gets you one workout. Discipline gets you a lifestyle. Here's the truth. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. When you are disciplined, you are in control. You are no longer a slave to your feelings. You no longer negotiate with yourself. You no longer waste time debating, should I do it or should I skip it? Discipline gives you clarity. Discipline makes the choice for you, and here's the best part. Discipline pays off far more than motivation ever could. Motivation can give you excitement, but discipline gives you results. Discipline gets you stronger muscles. Discipline gets you better health. Discipline builds confidence. Discipline changes your life. So, if you want to transform your body, if you want to build fitness that lasts, stop relying on motivation. Motivation might get you started, but it won't carry you through the storm. You need something stronger. You need discipline. Every time that alarm goes off early in the morning, discipline is the voice that says, get up. Every time you're sore and tired, discipline is the push that says, show up anyway. Every time you want to quit, discipline is the anchor that says, stay the course. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It's not loud, but it's powerful. It's the quiet force behind every success story. It's the reason some people make it and others don't. So remember this, motivation will fade. It always does. But discipline will carry you. Discipline will transform you. Discipline will take you from who you are to who you want to be. Discipline is greater than motivation. And once you build it, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Sacrifice today for strength tomorrow. Every champion, every athlete, every person with a body that inspires you paid a price. And let me be crystal clear, the price wasn't easy. They sacrificed, they gave up comfort, they gave up excuses, they gave up short-term pleasures for long-term strength. That's the principle. If you want strength tomorrow, you have to sacrifice today. Sacrifice means choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. Think about that for a second. The pain of a workout is temporary. It lasts an hour, maybe two. The pain of meal prepping, the pain of saying no to junk food, the pain of getting up early when the world is still asleep, it's short-lived. But the pain of regret, that pain sticks with you. That pain doesn't go away. That pain shows up every time you look in the mirror and wonder, why didn't I commit when I had the chance? You see, sacrifice isn't punishment. Sacrifice is an investment. It's you planting seeds in the soil of your own future. When you choose to grind today, you're planting the seeds of strength, confidence, and transformation. And when you choose laziness today, you're planting the seeds of weakness, regret, and what if. So many people want results, but they don't want sacrifice. They want abs, but they don't want to give up the late night fast food. They want strength, but they don't want to sweat. They want discipline, but they don't want to cut out distractions. You can't have it both ways. Strength doesn't come for free. Muscle doesn't come for free. Transformation doesn't come for free. You pay for it with sacrifice. Now, here's the truth most people run from. You are already sacrificing. Every single day, you are trading something. If you're not sacrificing for your future, you're sacrificing your future. If you're not sacrificing for health, you're sacrificing your health. If you're not sacrificing to get stronger, you're sacrificing to get weaker. There's no neutral. There's no middle ground. Every decision you make moves you closer to the life you want, or further away. When you step into the gym, when you push yourself to the limit, when you choose water over soda, when you choose sleep over scrolling on your phone, that's sacrifice. and that sacrifice adds up. One day doesn't seem like much, but stack enough disciplined days together, and suddenly you've built a new body, you've built a new mindset, you've built a new life. Think of sacrifice as sharpening the blade. Every rep, every set, every drop of sweat, it's sharpening you. You may not see the difference right away, but over time, you'll cut through every barrier that once stood in your way. Here's the part nobody likes. Sacrifice means loss. You can't cling to your old habits and expect a new outcome. You can't eat like you used to eat and expect a shredded body. You can't party every weekend and expect to recover like an athlete. You can't stay comfortable and expect growth. Something has to go. Something has to be left behind, and here's the good news. What you give up today will be nothing compared to what you gain tomorrow. You sacrifice the junk food. You gain strength, energy, and confidence. You sacrifice the late nights. You gain recovery, growth, and performance. You sacrifice excuses. You gain results. That's the exchange. That's the trade off. Sacrifice teaches you patience. Sacrifice humbles you. Sacrifice breaks you down and rebuilds you stronger. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, every early morning and late night grind, it's all part of the process of becoming unstoppable. So the question is simple. Are you willing to sacrifice today for the strength you want tomorrow? Are you willing to push through the momentary pain to secure your future? Are you willing to say no to what weakens you so you can say yes to what strengthens you? Remember this, the body you want, the health you need, the strength you dream of, it's already yours. But it's on the other side of sacrifice, so don't be afraid of sacrifice. Embrace it, because every sacrifice you make today is a step toward becoming the person you were meant to be tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, you'll look back and thank yourself for every choice, every struggle, and every sacrifice that brought you here. Sacrifice today, strength tomorrow, that's the price of greatness. The comeback belongs to you at the end of the day. It's simple, but it's not easy. Fitness, discipline, strength, transformation, it all comes down to this. You either do the work or you don't. You either rise or you stay down. You either fight for your comeback or you surrender to your excuses. The iron doesn't lie, the sweat doesn't lie, your body doesn't lie. Every rep you put in, every mile you run, every pound you lift, it's recorded. Your discipline shows up in your body. Your consistency shows up in your energy. Your sacrifice shows up in your results. And here's the truth. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can hand you strength. Nobody can hand you confidence. Nobody can hand you the body you dream about. It's yours to earn. It's yours to fight for, so stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the right mood. Stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. That moment may never come, but this moment, this one right here, it's all you need. Every day you wake up, you have a choice to stay the same or to get stronger, to quit or to commit, to live in regret or to fight for results. Your comeback is personal, your grind is personal, your victory is personal. And the only way to claim it is to stand up, lock in, and do the work today, tomorrow, and every day after, because when it's all said and done, nobody will remember the excuses, they'll only remember the results. So rise up, push harder, stay hungry, stay disciplined, the comeback belongs to you, and this time, you don't stop until you win.